So the question I'll put to you then this morning is Freetown, like many other cities around the world, has areas of formality and informality. And with many informal settlements, what can be done to improve living conditions for disabled people living in these areas? Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ian, for that brilliant question. Please permit me to preface my response by joining previous speakers in expressing our kind appreciation to the Global Disability Innovation Hub for giving Sierra Leone this ample opportunity to lend its voice to this transformative discussion. We are extremely grateful that we are joining this team in sharing our thoughts on the question that has been posed. But for the purposes of information sharing, let me say that our city is named Freetown because it began as a home for freed slaves in 1787. It is not that everything you find in our city is free, but because it began as a home for freed slaves, it is called Freetown. Our city is home to a considerable number of persons with disabilities, most of whom actively depend on street begging for their survival. And it is because of this reason that most of them are found in informal settlements. So the need to improve their living conditions cannot be overemphasized. So this morning, I want to spend time to take you through some of the interventions that are required in order for us to improve their living conditions. We believe as a Ministry of Social Welfare that we need a comprehensive and inclusive strategy that encompasses the following interventions that I'm going to take you through. One, we need to conduct a survey, not only for us to ascertain the numerical strength of our persons with disabilities living in those informal settlements, but also to gather pertinent information that can be utilized for effective planning purposes. The other information that we need an intervention is for us to undertake a needs assessment, because at the end of the day, we want to capture the views and aspirations of persons with disabilities in improving their living conditions. Once that is done, we'll then provide business startup. It is very much necessary for persons with disabilities living in informal settlements to be provided with business startups. And I say that before the business startups are provided, we need to give them the required training on financial management. After that, we also think as a Ministry of Social Welfare that it is necessary for us to expand the existing cash transfer programs. Today, the government of Sierra Leone is providing cash to a considerable number of our persons with disabilities. But truth be spoken, that program has to be expanded in order for us to cover all persons with disabilities living in informal settlements. Additionally, we see the role of the private sector to be extremely critical. That is why we think we have to collaborate with the private sector. It goes without saying that government does not have all the resources required in order for us to address the numerous challenges that our persons with disabilities face. So there is every need for us to collaborate with the private sector. And thankfully, Ian has given us an ample opportunity for us to interface with a considerable number of the private sector here. So Sierra Leone has its arms widely open to receive you people in order to empower the lives of our persons with disabilities. And we think the aspect of mentorship is also important. We have our persons with disabilities who are role models now. Those ones can be used to mentor our persons with disabilities in informal settlement in order for us to overcome the defeatist mentality. Because our persons with disabilities living in those areas strongly believe that nothing can be done again in order to improve their lives. But once we use these ones who have succeeded in life, I think we can change the status quo. To conclude, Ian, I want to thank you once again, and I think that what we need now as a country, as a Ministry of Social Welfare, and as partners also working on disability, is collaboration. Because addressing the challenges faced by our persons with disabilities does not only need a multi-sectoral approach, it also needs a concerted effort. That is why Global Disability Innovation Hub has given us this opportunity to interface with appropriate stakeholders working on the disability sector in order for us to drive this initiative. I believe that if all of these interventions are implemented, then our persons with disabilities living in informal settlements will have their lives improved. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Down there. Thank you so much, Mr. Kabia. And we're going to have a response from Amarzaya from the government of Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia, if you would like to...